humble subcompact. It used to be a four-wheeled bummer for underpaid working stiffs, but in the modern era, subcompacts have transformed into genuinely livable, increasingly cool bits of transportation. One of the standouts of this new subcompact reality is the Chevy Sonic. First, what is it? The Sonic is a front-drive B-Class entry from Chevrolet, built in Michigan, and aimed at cars like the Ford Fiesta, Hyundai Accent, Toyota Yaris, Nissan Versa, and Honda Fit. The Sonic comes as a sedan that starts at less than $15,000 including destination, as well as a $600 pricier hatchback. This specific car is the Sonic RS. It only comes as a hatchback and ranks as the sportiest and most expensive car in the Sonic lineup. Among its charms are 17-inch wheels, leather seats, a lowered sport-tuned suspension, and a revised spoiler, fascias, and rocker panels, all for around $21,000. Though the RS is fun and handles well, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that an extra grand puts you in the much more powerful 197 horsepower Ford Fiesta ST. Anyway, this is the pinnacle of Sonicdom, but buying a lesser Sonic doesn't mean looking cheap. Along with alloy wheels and all but the cheapest LS trim, the Sonic's standard equipment list includes good stuff like OnStar, 10 airbags, steering wheel controls, and Bluetooth phone connectivity. While we're here, let's talk interior. The Sonic's cabin is less flexible than the Honda Fit, with fewer flashy features than the Ford Fiesta, but it's certainly not without its charms. The generally conservative interior design is contrasted by a compact, motorcycle-like gauge cluster, and the basic audio system can be upgraded to Chevy's well-regarded MyLink infotainment system with 7-inch display, giving users control of cell phone-enabled apps. Interior pluses include plenty of storage nooks, one of the roomiest back seats in the subcompact category, and materials that, though constructed largely of hard plastic, feel sturdy and look good, except maybe for the headliner, which kind of reminds us of the stuff they make fast food cup holders out of. Another potential shortcoming is the USB port's placement in the upper glove box, requiring the driver to awkwardly drape a cable across the passenger footwell if they want their phone within easy reach. Rounding out the interior are generous cargo holds, including a big 14.9 cubic foot trunk in the sedan and 19 cubic feet of cargo space in the hatchback, enhanced by a covered storage area and fold-down seats. Maybe the most interesting Chevy Sonic features are its two 4-cylinder engines. There's a base 1.8-liter and a 1.4-liter turbo, which is optional on higher trims and standard on the Sonic RS. A 6-speed automatic transmission is available with either engine, while a manual transmission comes standard featuring 5 speeds with the base motor and 6 with the turbo. What's strange is that both engines produce 138 horsepower. So why would anybody choose the optional 1.4-liter turbo? Because it provides 23 pound-feet more torque, along with up to 40 mpg on the highway versus the base motor's highway numbers in the mid-30s. Speaking of the turbocharged engine, it likes to hold revs, making smooth shifting difficult. If you can accept merely good fuel economy, the more linear power delivery and reduced cost of the base engine will be your reward. Powertrain discussions aside, the Chevy Sonic is remarkably pleasant to drive. Its suspension doesn't beat up occupants, a welcome trait in such an inexpensive car, but thrown into a corner, the eager subcompact is happy to play. Overall, the Sonic is a nicely balanced package that performs well in the city as well as on the highway, where it avoids the twitchy handling and excessive interior noise found in some small cars. The Honda Fit and Toyota Yaris still dominate when it comes to residual values, but the Sonic is expected to perform reasonably well over time, with resale numbers that match the Ford Fiestas. As for pricing, the Chevrolet Sonic sits roughly in line with its competitors, though a clearer pricing picture can be found by exploring kbb.com. We've said it before, but this really is a great time to be a small car buyer. There's no shame or suffering in owning a car like the Chevy Sonic. It may be inexpensive, but it's also efficient, looks nice, and besides some turbocharged powertrain quirks, it's pretty pleasant to drive. The Chevy Sonic isn't just an improvement on the abysmal Aveo it replaced, it can confidently hold its head high, standing alongside the best cars in the subcompact segment.